Welcome to the Books of Math. Today we're learning one-step equation.
One-step equation, yep. Alright guys, so today we're going to do one-step equations. If you notice, a one-step equation means to find the variable, to find the answer, you just have to do one step, so it's pretty easy. But you do have to know what the inverses are. The inverse of addition would be subtraction, because it's kind of like the opposite. So the inverse of night would be day. Tall would be short. So the inverse of addition is subtraction. The inverse of subtraction would be addition. The inverse of multiplication would be division, and the inverse of division would be multiplication. So now that we notice that, I talk to my kids all the time about whenever you're doing algebra, you got to think about it in relation to dating. In this instance, you want to get the variable by itself. It's kind of like when you have a crush on someone. You don't want to go tell them you have a crush on them when they're surrounded by other people, because that's kind of embarrassing at times. So you kind of want to get them by yourself before you tell them. So it's the same thing with algebra. We're going to look at our x. What is being done right now to your x? Your x is being added by 5. That is what's being done. We're going to do the inverse to get rid of it. So that's how we undo it. So the opposite of adding 5 is to subtract 5. The reason that you see a do and undo chart is because for those of us that are visual learners that get lost on track, it kind of helps us keep up with what we need to do. So we're going to draw a line on that equal sign, and we're going to make sure that whatever we undo to one side, we undo to the other side. So to get rid of a positive 5, we're going to go ahead and subtract 5. If I undo it from the left, I also have to undo it from the right. Positive 5 and negative 5 would cancel. Therefore, I am left with x equals, and then 20 minus 5 is 15. So there's our answer to that one-step equation. Now here, if you notice, it says x minus 5. So what's being done is x is being subtracted by 5. We have to do the inverse, which would be to add 5. We're going to draw our line on our equal sign, and whatever we do to the left of the equal sign, we're going to do to the right. So to get rid of subtracting 5, we add 5, cancel, negative 5 and positive 5 would cancel, and I'm going to be left with x equals 20 plus 5 is 25. Therefore, x equals 25. I'm going to go ahead and switch colors again. I'm going to look right here. I have 5 times x equals 20. What is being done to our x is it's being multiplied by 5. So I'm going to go put that on the done side. How to undo multiplying by 5 is to divide by 5, because that's the inverse. So I'm going to divide by 5. So I'm going to draw my equal sign, the line right there. So to get rid of, we have a 5x equals 20. To get rid of that 5, because a number next to a variable means multiplication, we're going to divide. So we're going to divide 5 here. We're going to divide 5 here. Multiplying by 5 and dividing by 5 will cancel each other out completely. Therefore, I am left with x equals 20 divided by 5 is 4. Therefore, our x would equal a 4. In this case, x is being divided by 5. So we're going to do the inverse of dividing by 5, which of course is multiplying by 5. And if you notice, I'm not putting multiplication with x's because our variables are x's. With algebra, it's better to put dots or parentheses. So if we're dividing by 5, we need to get rid of dividing by 5, which is to multiply by 5. So we're going to multiply this side by 5. Dividing by 5, multiplying by 5 would cancel. So therefore, I'm left with x. If I want to draw that line, I am perfectly acceptable to do that. If you're comfortable without it, don't draw the line. It's whatever is easier for you. So we have equal. We're now going to multiply this side times 5. 0 times 5 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Therefore, our x equals 100. I hope this helps you with your one-step algebraic equations. I will see y'all all later. Bye, guys.